24-hour newsroom. 2 fatal shootings in Orange County could be tied to a string of 7-Eleven robberies across Southern California. Santa Ana Police Sergeant Maria Lopez says a killing at a 7-Eleven in Brea and another in Santa Ana happened about 20 minutes apart.
We are obviously trying to figure out the potential of them being all related. So that's something that we can't say that the suspect appears to be the same suspect in our case.
7-Eleven robbery was reported about 12:30 yesterday morning in Uplands. Then you had one in Ontario. The crimes continued roughly every hour with shootings at 7-Elevens in Riverside, Santa Ana, Brea, and Mahabra. Gun rights groups in California claim a new state gun safety law is a clear attempt to eliminate the next generation of hunters and shooters.
The law imposes a $25,000 fine for each instance where guns are marketed to people younger than 18. Gun rights lawyers claim the bill, which was signed into law last week, is in violation of the Constitution, specifically freedom of speech. Supporters, including a youth shooters magazine, say Sacramento has a clear disdain for gun culture because politicians don't understand it. A lawsuit filed Friday seeks to block the legislation. In L.A., Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Police in Anaheim say they're looking for at least 2 gang members behind the killing of a teenage boy.
Investigators say Juan Carlos Reynaga was innocent.
Any murder is difficult for our personnel to work, and it's obviously difficult for the families. But it's especially taxing when we have a victim like this that, by all accounts, is a great kid who's just working hard to succeed.
Anaheim Police Sergeant Tim Carringer says Reynaga and his little brother were playing with fireworks in front of their house on Saturday when Reynaga was shot. He says at least one person got out of a car and spoke to Reynaga before the killing. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
A man from Compton is expected to plead guilty in Los Angeles to federal charges of robbing and assaulting 20 gay men he met on the Grindr dating app. Prosecutors say he met his victims in their homes or hotel rooms for sex, but then robbed them. In one case, he allegedly stabbed a guy in the chest. A group of Latino journalists have called out First Lady Joe Biden for her awkward attempt at complimenting Latino culture while honoring a civil rights leader during a speech in Texas. Now, the National Association of Hispanic Journalists panned the First Lady's speech yesterday, saying, "We are not tacos." Biden also mispronounced a few different words, and bodegas, calling them not bodegas, but bodegas. The lights have been going out in Pasadena, and city officials say they know why. Thieves have been stealing electrical wiring from city facilities. A Pasadena spokeswoman, Lisa Gregorian, says the theft of wiring has left some streets completely dark at night. And Amazon is heading into its annual Prime Day sales event, and it's different than how it entered into the pandemic. Now, the company usually uses this 2-day event to push people to sign up for a Prime Day with exclusive deals. But since it raised Prime membership to $139 in February, that may be harder to sell than usual. So the company is under pressure to revive its online sales, which have declined since the worst of the pandemic has eased. We'll get a look at your drive with VKFI in the Sky in the 15 after sports with Wayne.
And we're heading toward baseball's All-Star Weekend with the 92nd annual All-Star Game happening at Dodger Stadium just a week from today. It's brought to you by MasterCard and carried live on AM 570 LA Sports. The Dodgers have Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Tony Gonsolin, and Clayton Kershaw on the roster. The Angels have Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. Get your tickets at allstargame.com. The Dodgers take on the Cardinals today in St. Louis at 4:45. Mitch White is going to start there. You can listen live on AM 570 LA Sports. And the Angels get the Astros at 6:38. Noah Syndergaard will be on the mound. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Taking a look at your KFI financial report right now, the Dow is up 8, S&P is down 11, NASDAQ is down 64, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $6.06. Here's SoCal weather from KFI. It is mostly sunny today. Temperatures pretty mild at the beaches. Again, we're just going to be in the 70s. Looks like we'll make it into the upper 70s, low 80s for Metro LA and OC, and just the mid to upper 90s for the valleys in the IE, and stay this way for the next couple of days. Right now, it is 62 in Encino and in Huntington Beach. Let's get a look at your drive with VKFI in the Sky. We're checking on the 15.
Boy, oh boy, I'm going to burn up some of that expensive gasoline. On the North 15 in Cahoco. It's a little bit before 91, but a left lane can block for a while. A pretty bad backup, too. It's a good couple of miles going through Indian trucks, so give yourself some extra time for that if you're still at home. Going back to San Fernando Valley, quite a problem. South 170 at Riverside, just before the 134. That was a crash in lanes. Really backed things up to victory. And again, if you're headed into Studio City, you get off at Oxnard and you pick up southbound Laurel. It'll get you down to the 101 before you know it. Headed to LAX, popular destination this time in the morning. North 405's okay. It does get a little slow at the 110 going up towards the 105. West 105 predictable, slow to the 710 and 10. And finally, South 405. Now, once you get out of the San Fernando Valley, you get to about west. But from there down, it's looking pretty good. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
Let me tell you about Life Source Whole House Water Filtration System. We love it. And you can go to my house, turn on any tap, and you get highly filtered, great tasting water. The system connects directly to your plumbing. It's a whole house system. Filters out chemicals, reduces hard water problems. You eliminate the cost and hassle of buying bottled water if you do. You taste the difference when you drink and cook with Life Source water. You're effectively getting bottled water quality out of every faucet in your home. You're bathing, cleaning, you're cooking with bottled water quality. Your skin and hair will feel different when you shower with Life Source water. No maintenance of any kind. No filters to change, no salt to add. Once it's been installed, you're done. Life Source water. Call 800-803-2696. 800-803-2696. 800-803-2696. Visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why we're introducing MVP's Bonus Points to our rewards and partnership program. It's the only pro loyalty program where you can earn points just by downloading our app or shopping select items by trusted brands and more. Then redeem your points for rewards that level up your business. Join MVP's Pro Rewards today and earn your first 1,000 points. MVP's Pro Rewards program subject to program terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Club. Subject to change.
Hey, Zach, what are you going to do if someone needs your drain cleaner? I'll send the drain technician to clean your drain for just $80. $80 is a great price. Are they going to use a drain cable? Yep, an extra long 30-foot. Ghetto Air Conditioning and Plumbing. DOE TCL.
Call service champions for their $88 professional ACP note at 833-777-7777.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640 Bill Handle on a Tuesday morning, July 12th. Some of the stories that we're covering, hearing going on, and we'll start in a moment. I'll talk about that in just a moment. And it's going to Dodger Stadium for the All-Star game or other games at this point. Construction workers plan on striking or just voted to authorize a strike. So those footlongs will not be available. And that's all the construction workers kind of hard to sell concessions and ushers and all of that to even run a game. So we'll see what happens with that one. All right, today, hearing number 7 of the January 6th committee, congressional committee investigating the attack on the Capitol. And today's episode has to do with a single tweet that President Trump, former President Trump, sent out in December. I think specifically December 18th, if I have the date correctly. And this has to do with how responsible the president is for encouraging, creating, mandating the attack on the Capitol. And where is the problem, I think, for the committee? Is they're going to try to connect the dots, and there aren't enough dots to connect. Even if you know what was going on, you believe that what was going through the president's mind was an attack, which I don't think so. I think that he's fine with it. And I think that anything that would, in fact, overturn the election and make him president again, he'd be happy with. And proof that he wasn't particularly upset with what happened during January 6th. Even in light of his staff and his family saying, you got to do something. He finally said, okay, half-hearted, go on home kind of thing. And I love you and peace and all that stuff. So I don't think he had a problem with it.
the ultimate goal was simply to make sure that Mike Pence did not certify the election. In this bizarre thinking that somehow, if Mike Pence did not certify, President Trump would remain president. And the election would be simply a non-issue. It's as if it didn't exist. And Donald Trump would stay president until, I don't know, next election, another 4 years. I have no idea the kind of thinking. It made absolutely no sense. But in any case, today has to do with former White House counsel Pat Cipollone, who was there in meetings that day with the president, talking about what went on that day, what was going on in the president's mind, what tweets were happening, conversations that were happening. Cipollone will also testify as to what the president did in the hard push with state officials and Department of Justice lawyers to overturn the election, arguing that it was total fraud. And here's the part that I'm most scared about is former President Trump and the way his followers, Congress men and women, are portraying this is the acceptance, our acceptance of Joe Biden as president, in and of itself, is undemocratic and attack on the Constitution. That the only way the Constitution can be maintained is for Donald Trump to be declared president, because the election was fraudulent. As Trump said, let's take back our country. So the argument has flipped. By acknowledging that Joe Biden is the president and acknowledging the election as legitimate, that is stealing the country from the Constitution and the rightful president. That's the part.